Okay, everybody. Today, we want to make sure that we have two goals for today. We want to make sure that you guys understand how to log into your Google account and actually make sure that you're logged into the correct one. Some of you very likely have personal Google accounts as well, which is fine. We just have to make sure that when you're doing schoolwork, you're not using your personal account. So I'm going to show you how to take care of that, make sure that that's correct. And I'm going to also show you how to log into Outlook, which is a really easy way to gain access to any email that you might have from school. So you can see that I'm at Google. In fact, I'll just do www.google.com. You'll see that this changed actually. So I don't know if you took notice, but before it was a different icon here. And when I logged in again, now it changed it. So the reason because of that, or the reason that that is that way, is because I have multiple Google accounts. Look, and you can see that I had some kids accounts, and I have a student account called MS Tech Ed Student, my daughter's account for her school. It's all been logged into here. So honestly, one of the best things that you can do before you do anything is sign out of all your accounts. And then that way we verify that we are not going to mess anything up and accidentally sign into the wrong account. So I don't want to sign into this account right now. I just want to go back to Google. And now from Google, it allows me to sign in. So as I go ahead and click that, you can see I have a bunch of accounts here. The account that I want to use today is my MS Tech Ed student account. So it mimics a student account. I'm going to go ahead and click that. For you guys, it would be your year of graduation, last name, first name at seal-pa.org right here. So you would replace your username that you've always been using right here, and then at seal-pa.org. And your password should be your lunch number that you guys are familiar with. It's the one that you've been using for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and put my password in here. And I'm going to log into Google, all right? So I'm in. So what does that being logged into this account allow me to do? Well, if I come over here and click this, I always call this the waffle iron. If I click this, you can see that my Google Drive access is here. You can see that if I want to create a Google Doc or a Google Sheet, if I want to have a Google Meet, if I want to have a chat or do a Google Slide session, any of that stuff, you can access YouTube, and like there's so much different activities, so many different activities that you can do in here. The ones that you'll primarily do in Tech Ed will deal with Google Drive and Google Classroom and Google Meet. So if I go ahead and click Classroom, any classes that you're already assigned up for should show up in here. So you can see Mrs. Bastion actually asked me to join her class, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join it. So now MS Tech Ed is joining her class, and I'm in her class right now. All right, so that's pretty cool. I can get back here and click classes, and you can see that I'm also signed up for a couple of old Tech Ed classes. I actually was part of a 6th grade class, a 7th grade class, and an 8th grade class last spring. So I have to remember to add MS Tech Ed student to my new accounts for this marking period as well too. All right, so just that's your way to get into Google Classroom. You can also come in here and get into your Google Drive, which is something that you guys are going to have to use a lot for this year. Especially in a situation where we end up remote, this is going to be really, really important that you guys understand how to do this. You do not have to sign out of this, right? Like you do not have to do that. So if you come back into Google, if you close this browser, and you close this browser and you open Google again, I'm signed in as that MS Tech Ed student. If you just hover there, you'll see that, right? So if you want to use one of your personal accounts to do something else, you can absolutely do that. Just make sure if you're not seeing stuff for my class or for any other of your teachers' classes, or if you're a teacher and you're not able to see your students' material, it's very likely, 99% chance that you're logged into the wrong account. It happens to me all the time, so don't get worked up over it. It's just a thing that we have to get used to making sure that we're always conscious of which one we're working on. If you can see up here, I have another account paused. So you can run multiples. I'm not going to do this for right now. I'm going to click another browser here. If you guys notice also something too, I am using Google Chrome. That is the browser of choice that I would recommend. It will work on Firefox. If you happen to be on a home computer and you want to log in and do schoolwork, you can totally do that. If you have an awesome Apple computer or Mac at home, you can totally use that and log in with your school account. There's no harm, no foul. And if you have that opportunity, I would highly encourage you to do that because it just makes things very, very convenient. Okay. Second part of this lesson, I want to make sure you guys can get access to your email. So most of you have Outlook down here. If you have a Windows-based computer, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. All you have to do is go to outlook.com and go to sign in. And you're going to sign in with the same account that you just signed into Google with. So I'm going to do MS Tech Ed Student. You guys would, of course, replace that with your own username. And then I'm going to do @seal-pa.org. Sorry, struggling with my mouse button here. I don't know which password I have stored in here, so I'm just going to add my password just to verify. I'm going to click sign in. Do I want to stay signed in? I would recommend you say yes, and you can even check this. Don't show it again. Obviously, with me presenting to multiple classes, I need to have this show up. So I'm just going to say yes to sign in, but don't check the don't show it again. And then here you have access to your email. So this, again, is a student account. You can see in the email, there's where I got an email from Mrs. Bastion asking me to go ahead and sign up for her class. If you have my class, or you have Mrs. Bastion, or you have Mr. Smith, or you have Mr. Leitzel, or Mr. Bites, or anybody, if they post, not if, when they post an assignment to Google Classroom, you're going to get an email that shows up here. All right, so that's super, super important. Again, I don't recommend that you log out of this. I recommend that you stay logged in, and that's not going to hurt anything at all. All right, so a rather lengthy explanation on something that is really simple, but just so incredibly important for us all to be on the same page with this. If you have any questions about accessing Google Classroom, Google Drive, or Outlook, come see me. Ask one of your teachers. We just want to make sure that every kid in our building understands how this works, because it's super important, not only today, but moving forward. Have a great day.